So here in Iowa, lots of parts of Iowa are very flat. So when I say I live in Iowa, people think, oh, flat ground, boring farm fields. Well, here where I live in Dubuque, Iowa, it's the total opposite. There's not a level piece of road in this whole city and around it. There's lots of hills and it's very hilly. If you go about 2 miles down my road, I live by the Mississippi River, and there's tons of bluffs and everything like that. So in the back of my videos, you might see a ton of bluffs and hills. I also live by Eagle Point Park, so you can look over the river from the park. And today I was supposed to have school, normal school day. I had yesterday off because I had Martin Luther King Day, which our school district gives us off. But last night they said we had a 2-hour delay, which is sweet. And then this morning they said we had no school, which I already basically knew because yesterday and today we had freezing rain, and especially my driveway and my neighbor's driveway are straight downhill. So we can't even, my mom's Jeep has been in here for the last 2 days because she hasn't been able to go to work. And my dad has to park his Tahoe down by the street and has to walk down the icy driveway to get to work. So it's been super icy, and we have construction workers working on the 2 bottom houses below me. And yesterday one almost took out a tree. They're spinning their tires, squeaking their tires. Their tires are smoking hot, and they can barely get to their work site and stuff like that. So it's been very icy, and I'll show you what I mean. Yesterday I had a friend over, and we had to rescue him because we were salting, and he was just wearing basketball shoes. He didn't bring his boots, and he slipped down my driveway and went on kind of like the grassy, snowy part between my neighbor and my driveways. So I threw one of my climbing ropes down to him, and we pulled him up, but it was pretty fun yesterday, unless you slip down the hill. So I'll show you outside. So right in front of the driveway we salted, so it's not icy here, but here is my neighbor's driveway that goes all the way down the hill. There's some snow on his road. That's because they're 2 elderly couple, and they just came spinning and sliding down the hill, which I'm kind of confused why they came down the hill, because they have a plow truck that does it, which obviously is not able to salt, and they're not going to be able to get back up without walking, which they're not really able to walk. But it's really icy. Here's the workman back down there. He had to pull in that driveway instead of the upper driveway because he was not able to make it. And in order to get my house, I have to walk through our landscape and over to my house. Today is a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday was way more icy, but it still is icy. This car had sheer coats of ice on it. So over this bluff over here is the river, and you can take that road down there all the way down to the river. So I think that's the main reason why it's so bluffy, is because the rivers, but it's like hills everywhere. So it's not flat where I live, as you can tell. So here's my journey to my house. So it was a very big adventure to get to my house. Can't drop the key. So I hear something running. Oops, I left my heater run. But this, I made some home warming kind of things. This is a side table that we never used in my house. So I made this for my house. And this is just a slingshot that I made. But it's kind of for storage and stuff. And I've always had this chair in here, and I have a bean bag and stuff like that. So I accidentally left this heater on from yesterday night. So it's very toasty warm in here. And I think just from the temperature change, or it's been super cold and stuff like that, it was super hard to nail this trim on. And I'll have to put some more nails in it just because it's kind of bowing out. And I saw a piece over here the same. But that's some easy fixes, and it just showed me that they weren't installed because there's only one nail in here and it wasn't even secured to anything. So that's fine, and it's an easy fix. Toasty up here, I'm opening the window. Even though I left this heater on, it's not a big deal. It's an infrared heater, and it's a really safe heater. If I tip it over, it turns off automatically, and it's okay that it was heated because it made sure all the ice on my roof is now melted off. So it's just a really nice thing. So when I was building this, I never really gave you guys a close-up view of this, but this is the windowsill that we built. And we also have this like white trim that we put on here, and we put it on there and then covered up all the seams with it. You probably saw a little bit of closer up view of this when I like kind of covered up all the nail marks with that glue. But I was thinking I was going to paint this in the beginning, but I actually kind of like the real wood look with all the white walls and everything. It gives it a really neat look, and I kind of like it. So all the lights are turned off, and I made sure to turn off all the heaters. So it's like a swampland, but it's all ice, so I can barely walk while holding my camera. But looks like all the cedar siding is kind of damp, but it held up very well. This is all soaked because that's all where the water comes down, so my vinyl siding's soaked, but so everything's very wet, and it looks kind of cool, honestly. But I'm kind of nervous walking around with my expensive camera. Since this was a trench dug here, it's kind of, it wasn't filled in all the way at certain points, so it's kind of like a little canal for water, but oh well. The birds lately have been warming up to this, and I put here this about like 3 weeks ago. I think they just found it, honestly, but it's cool because I see squirrels and other birds on it and eating, so that's awesome to see. This is the monitor that will be going in my house. I'm going to build like a little shelf for it. I have Chromecast Ultra hooked up to it, so it shows me the time, and also these are photos. So I have my Google tiny house album connected to it, so it shows some geographical photos and the photos from my album. I have 4 of these cups I got from them for free, and these are the cups I'll be using in my tiny house. I found this cup for free, and I have 2 butter knives, 1 big spoon, 4 normal spoons, 4 forks, and just like the simple silverware that you'll need, and I have that for my house as well. And then in the back of my desk area, I have 4 high ridged plates, and then I have 4 normal plastic plates, and these are the plates I'll be using in my house. The silverware, the cup that holds the silverware, the 4 cups, and the 8 plates are all for free. So this is in my 3 seasons room. This is what the top of my roof looks like. So my dad's on his way home, and most of it has melted today because it was really warm. But we just have this one spot right in here that I'm gonna throw to my son because he called me and he just wants to make sure he can get up today. So my camera is blinking red, which means it's about to die. But I just got done icing the driveway, and it's actually starting to snow, which you guys cannot see on camera. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next.